If it's Friday, Saturday,
Yeah.
no.
All right.
Thank you. Have a good night.
We're now live on YouTube. If we could have, let's see, all the aldermen here. We have our attorney Rocky Eaton via phone and our clerk Melissa Martin. If we could have Alderman Mike Lott lead us in the prayer and the pledge would be awesome.
Father God, we thank you for your presence here. We thank you for your love for us. And Lord, I thank you for this city and for those people who have made this their home. And Lord, I pray tonight as a board and as city officials, we come to you, Lord, ask for your direction and that we do the things, say the things that are pleasing to you and helpful to this city. Of course, in Jesus' name I pray. Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag
Of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Is there a motion to adopt the agenda?
Motion.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Is there a motion to approve the consent agenda, numbers 1, 2, and 3?
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Public comment. I don't think we had it up there because I think Randy was trying to walk off with it. We do have Miss Shirley Nicholson. I think some of y'all probably didn't sign up because of. Yeah, Miss Shirley, come on up.
I live
Hey.
at 127 Dark Lane. I'm a homeowner, I'm a landlord, I'm a retired RN. Sunday night, we had a fatal drowning at the property adjacent to my property. I have been fighting with this because of teenagers going down there and trashing everything. And it's right adjacent to my property and they harass my dogs and
Any idea where do they park? I've always wondered.
in my parking lot, in my
Really?
driveway. I've called the police for the last 3 or 4 years and they come and then they, but the thing is, this young boy could have been alive now. If there had been a gate up or some kind of something to stop them from going down there and unsupervised. There's no gate, there's no signs, there's nothing. And it's David Cox neighborhood.
Mhm.
And it's a 3.5 acre lake that's 30 foot deep in the center. And the one thing I got to give the Tuttle Police and the firemen and AAA, their response was just remarkable. They were so efficient. But, the boy, they had to dive to recover his body. And it was quite shaking to have to see all that. And just know that such a young boy could have been saved. And I just want something done I had spoke to Kim Monday.
Is that still part of an HOA? Homeowners Association in that area?
It used to, I think they used to, but I think the gentleman that owned it died or something. And then whoever's got it now got it for back taxes. And there's not been one thing done. I mean,
I'm gonna actually look at the property map and see.
it's horrible down there.
Yeah, Thunder LLC is owned by the
Oh.
house, but attached to it, so it's private property, and it's the LLC is owned by or sent to the house right next that's adjacent to it. So it is
Which house? Sorry, like seven houses?
it was one.
Ah,
Look at the
It's a
lake.
gorgeous lake.
Do you
And
think that the lake is a hazard and like people are in danger? Like,
Well, see,
was
there
it
used to
just-
be, when I bought the house 12 years ago, there was a gate down there and we did have meetings and, there was rules. But now that's been gone for probably the last 5 or 6 years. And there's nothing. I mean, it's just total, it's kind of like y'all were just talking about, it's trashed. And they've got a rope swing down there, and I think the boy got on it and fell and hit his head. So it's just, all these teenagers go down there partying and just nonstop.
Anytime you see that, absolutely call the police department. Obviously, we're limited in some of the things we can do, it being private property,
Right,
but I think we always reserve the right to make a situation better if we can do that. In the short run, though, the phone calls to the police probably do the most. And maybe we take a peek up there a little more
but
often.
they've came quite a few times in
Yeah.
the past years.
I never even thought about it. Well, I just always thought it would be the homeowners using it because I knew some people used to kayak on the lake. But like the kids, if you're not from that area, you got to park your vehicle somewhere.
But that,
So they
that
just
is
make
right there.
them, make themselves at home at your place, don't they?
And I keep my yard quite immaculate, and it's very disturbing to see all this trashed area behind me that should be pretty, because there's one neighbor across the lake that keeps his fixed.
Mhm.
But it's,
So are you saying it's overgrown? Are you, there's like garbage everywhere? Like you say, it's trash.
it's just all grown up.
Overgrown.
I mean, totally, vines through the trees, pine trees that are dead everywhere. It's just, it needs a massive cleanup. But like I said, there used to be a gate there. And then with the teenagers coming in and nobody having a key to get in and out the gate, they broke the lock. Somebody did one time, and then they ended up tearing down the fence, the gate, and it's been like that now for about 5 years. And it's just, if it was just a gate or something put back up, just to, and I know it's private property, but it's also a hazard in many, many ways.
On a legal side, though, I mean, I see what
I
you're
know,
saying,
I
but on the
understand.
legal side, that would be unless these guys want to buy a gate. And, but obviously, we want to do anything that can make that.
But they had a 9-month-old baby girl down there, son. with
Is there a
it.
dock or something down there too? Or is it just a rope swing of some sort?
There's a rope swing, but they have one of the.
Well,
people-
there was a rope swing. Our guys did take that down.
No, you say,
They cut it down.
when?
Didn't we cut it down the
I
other
got it
night?
the night of the call, I actually cut.
Yeah.
it myself.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not that would stop, but at least that.
But
one
they
thing.
came and knocked on my door screaming for help. And I'm
Wow.
the one that called 911, and, it was just terrible. Absolutely. And I just, I hate to think that somebody else is gonna go down there
Yeah.
and the same thing's gonna happen again.
No, I appreciate you coming through. We'll have a discussion amongst ourselves to see if there's anything on the legal side that we can do to make that better. On your side, absolutely. If you see people parking out there that ain't supposed to be parking out there in
Well, I've
front of
got
you.
no parking signs.
Well, I know
I've got
you're,
where my dog,
oddly enough, if y'all know, that's not a regular road there. It kind of gets a little bigger right there
Mhm.
at your house. So I can see where they can think, well, we'll just park here. I don't think I would ever do
I
that.
threaten them and, they're quite rude to me and everything else, but,
Gotta do what you gotta do. That's your property and you don't need people traipsing through it.
and I work
So
with-
yeah, absolutely call the police. We'll be responsive whenever that happens for sure.
But it's just,
If you need us in the meantime, Miss Shirley, you let us know.
thank you.
We'll continue the conversation though. But
Thank you for sharing.
terrible accident.
It
There
was.
is a chance you can go to, is it Bank First, I believe it is, taking up, money if you want to help that family out. So just a reminder of the brevity of life. Anybody else?
I can do a lot of things.
I thought you were just visiting.
No, I can do a lot of things. Just as a side note, for those that don't know me, I'll tell you my faults first and foremost. I'll just take one down and pass around. I love to order off of DoorDash, but I'm notorious for sending my DoorDash to wherever I'm not meaning to send it.
Are you
So,
waiting?
Like I sent my kids' dinner to my office instead of the house. Anyway,
There'll be a picture on the Pale Facebook page shortly.
I
Is this
mean-
your food?
the other day we went to St. Louis for a work trip and I had DoorDash food to the hotel and then I got back, DoorDash food to my family in St. Louis. It wasn't helpful. It wasn't helpful. But There are some things I can do well and do right. So I'm Dee Dee Ellis and I'm with Kids of Child Advocacy Center. And I'd like to do my summer road show. I like to go to all the cities and the counties that we serve and just talk a little bit about the work that we do at the Child Advocacy Center, and to thank the cities and the counties for the support that we receive from you guys. I'm a little early this year. The more counties and cities we add, the faster I've got to start getting to people, because everybody seems to meet on the same day and at the same time. Fortunately, you guys meet in the evening. But just to share a little bit about who we are and what we do for those that may not know, we are the local Child Advocacy Center. We're located in Hattiesburg in Lamar County, but we serve a 7-county area. We have 2 office locations, our primary office in Hattiesburg, and then we have our additional facility in Marion County. The office in Hattiesburg serves Forest, Lamar, Covington, and Perry counties, with some courtesy services to Wayne and Jasper. And then our office in Columbia serves Marion, Lawrence, and Jeff Davis County. So in your folder, you've got just a couple of sheets of information about the work that we've been doing over the last year. So last year we served collectively through all of our services over 1,700 children in our little Pine Belt area. 700 of those received a forensic interview, but specifically how this translates for Petal. We served over 500 kids in Forest County alone, but 54 of those kids specifically were served out of Petal through forensic interviews. 59 families received family advocacy support services, and that looks like crisis intervention, that looks like mental health referrals, forensic medical exams. 51 children received coordinated case management. So we facilitate what's called the Forest County Multidisciplinary Team, and our job is to make sure that all kids in cases that are involved in felony abuse allegations in Forest County get to this team so that they can review those cases, so that we can ensure that kids and families are getting services, so that those cases don't fall through the cracks. And then specifically, our mental health program, we offer a lot of different things, but trauma-focused services. And last year, 101 mental health sessions were offered to children from the city of Petal. Why I like to come and share, yes, we ask for financial support. Yes, you guys are super generous to give it, but I'm a really big proponent, and I feel like I want to be a really good steward of whatever we're given, and I want to make sure that people know exactly what their funds are supporting, how they're supporting kids and families, because you guys work hard to get those dollars and everybody's asking for them. And so we just want to make sure that you understand what it is that we're doing. On the left-hand side of your folder, you'll see a document that talks about a new program that Kids Hub is offering, and I'm really proud to share about that. It's a treatment program for youth with problematic sexualized behaviors. I've been in this business for 11 years now, specifically with Kids Hub. And over the course of time, we had identified that over 42% of the, and I'm going to use quotations, alleged offenders of sexual abuse cases were being perpetrated by minors, so kids under the age of 18. Now we have lots of alleged offenders on cases, but when you think about 42% of those being under the age of 18, we're a problem. And so we continue to run into roadblocks with, if they're under the age of 13, there's not a whole lot law enforcement can do if it doesn't rise to a felony level crime. If they're over 13, they might have to be, and depending on what the crime was, they may get charged as an adult. And we just really believe that we have a unique opportunity with kids between the ages of 7 and 14 to provide some rehabilitative services. And so a lot of our children and families that were involved in these types of situations, it would be siblings, it would be cousins, things happening like that. And we were finding that there were no resources, maybe mental health resources for these kids, unless you were willing to put your kid in inpatient services. Oftentimes that meant putting your kid in inpatient services in Tennessee. It meant maybe even allowing the state of Mississippi to take custody of your kid so that your kid could qualify for state Medicaid. Both are things that don't make sense when it comes to what these children and these families really need. These children need love, they need support, they need to stay in their community, stay in their environment, and receive appropriate services alongside their caregivers. And so this particular treatment model, it targets that age range. We have 5 clinicians that we wrote grant funds for and sent these clinicians to Oklahoma. to be trained in this. We're the only clinicians in our state and Louisiana that are trained to offer this treatment model. But it's an outpatient treatment model, lasts anywhere from 19 to 23 weeks. And what's unique about it is that it requires caregiver participation as well as child participation. And so we've been offering this service for just under a year. And we've had at least, I know we've had at least 6 families that have graduated the program. And we have, I think, about 4 or 5 more families that are currently enrolled in treatment. And we've seen really great benefits. We've seen families be reunited sooner and faster than they would have been had they not had this treatment, which is really important for these kids and families. But when it comes down to us saying, hey, we want your support, this is the things that you're supporting. You're supporting our ability to step in, identify problems, gaps in services, and be innovative and figuring out solutions for children and families. So I'll let you guys ask me any questions that you have. That's always my favorite part. But just wanted to say thank you for the support that you guys have offered over the last several years. So
First of all, thank you.
yeah,
Appreciate it. Much needed.
happy to do the labor of love. That's what I was saying. So very, very big blessing.
It's tough love sometimes. Isn't it?
Yeah.
You know how we got hooked up with you guys was Sammy Ray.
Yeah, we sure do miss him. But we do love working with all of our agencies. So we work specifically on these felony level cases. So sometimes it's the most egregious. So,
Appreciate what you guys do. Any questions, gang? I know if you ever want to go out and visit, I'm sure they're open to that. And you guys do a great job.
yeah, I think Lindsay was such a
Sometimes-
you absolutely need to come.
Somebody, I mean, you deal with stuff that folks don't really want to think about a whole lot of, and our firefighters and our police department do as
You've done a
well.
lot of training with your
And
firefighters.
so it's really, they're very trainable, aren't they?
Yeah. Lauren loves them. She loves them. She's like, any chance she has to come out here to pedal, she loves them. So,
Well, that is awesome. Well, we appreciate what you do for us.
yes, thank you all.
All righty, anyone else? We're gonna get you at the end. Oh, yeah, you want to go ahead and do that now? Come on up, Eric. Okay, we're gonna get a picture. If you would read that first, and then we'll
I'm
get a
with
photo.
Sons of the American Revolution, the chapter of Jacob Porter chapter here in the Mississippi. We cover Laurel, the whole area around here.
Mhm.
And today I'm presenting y'all a certificate of appropriation of property fund, the American flag,
Awesome.
for all the ones I'll put on the game.
Awesome. Let me come around and gang, let's load up and get a picture. We gotta prove Eric was here.
Thank you, Eric.
Your job is to go straighten all the flags on the
After the wind and the rain.
All right. No, it's fine. If we hold it just right, they won't be able to tell.
Will be posted on our websites.
You ready, Josh?
1, 2, 3.
4. Awesome. Good deal. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Good deal. Appreciate that.
They're gonna wait. You know, they was always waiting in my spot. I'm always right there. 4 years in the future when we're dead and gone, people will be thinking, oh, that's nice. Somebody be like, no. Yeah,
4 years, not
40.
Oh,
40.
40, okay.
All righty. Thank y'all for that. We are actually flipping them. My technique to flip and unfurl the flags is better than the rep departments. I told Josh it was a patent pending. He had them out there with a little stick and they were doing something, but I put a little hook on mine. So I think that's the right technique, Josh. Josh is a little stubborn. He will not do it the way I did it. So anyway, mine breaks down and everything. So it's
You
always.
don't want to get involved in patent.
Oh, that's right. I would, yeah. Well, he would have had to pay the fee. So after he does that, but anyone else, appreciate that. That's good. And they worked out better than we thought they would. So appreciate the Clearwater and the rec department, the work they've done on making them, and we'll flip them again. With all the storms that's come through, we've made out pretty good with any of that. But all righty, let's move along. Proclamations and resolutions, number 4, and we'll get Melissa to enlighten us on some of this. Request to adopt a resolution amending the 2025-2026 budget per our city clerk.
Motion.
Motion and a second for discussion. Give us the 411.
I want to explain that look she just gave you.
She had to know I was going to say that.
What do you want to know?
Obviously, we'll give you for example. So we budget X amount for pumps and lift stations. Obviously, we've had a horrible run this year, so obviously we have to use beginning cash to do that. So something the Board of Aldermen tries to do every year, and we try to do as an administration, try to do it every year, is to tighten the budget up. And that just means if you put the money in the bank and it's in cash, but you know you're gonna you underfund one part of your budget knowingly, you've just lied to yourself. So I don't know that we thought we were honest with ourselves. We just had a bad run on pumps and that's just for instance. But you kind of go through the budget and stuff. So this isn't us going to the bank to borrow money. This is using money that was in the bank and reallocating it to needs that we've had throughout the year. So then the argument also gets to, do we do it now or do we wait? We're getting into the part of the season where October 1's budget. So when these guys and department heads come to us now, we just say, hey, that sounds like an October 1 deal. So don't worry, they'll remember it next month when we get into budget. But any questions? Got a motion, got a second, all in favor?
Make that one correction on the tax and
Oh, yeah.
the documentation.
No bids, quotes, no old business. Let's get down to general business.
Did we vote? We didn't vote.
I thought
We gotta give her the money now.
I thought that
Distract.
Drew talking, I thought was a vote for all of you.
Well, you know,
Anyway.
he tends to do that.
Well, I know Steve one time made a motion and seconded it, his motion. I don't know, some of the rules I'm still learning. So anyway, got a motion, got a second, all in favor? You know, Melissa, you're supposed to be the one saying. hey, they had a
Well,
motion.
I mean, some of them talk. Some of them talk.
All righty, no bids and quotes, no old business, general business. Number 5, request to accept plans and specs and authorize advertisement for bids for Hinton Park Playground per city clerk.
Motion.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion?
Yeah, I just got this about 4:35, so I just want to, I know my representatives on the committee up there I know we're at about $1.4 million. That's
That what he had on the probable cost, I didn't even look.
Yeah, well, yeah, actually, no, 1.3.
Say 2.
So we can average it out. That's what, that's before it goes out to bid. So I mean,
Yeah.
it could come back a lot less, right?
It could.
We don't.
I'm trying to be optimistic.
It
Trying to be
could.
optimistic. Josh, do you think it will come back about less?
I'm guessing.
Okay, good.
We can send Dan out to talk.
Yeah. Yeah, this is on YouTube, I guess. So yeah, we're optimistic. But part of this cost, we're looking at bringing in the team in Excel by 5 or the contributing towards that. So and I know that I appreciate you all, and I think that you all sat down and had them as a discussion talk. I just want to make sure have you seen the plans and what we're sending out to bid and seen the designs?
Well, they hadn't seen the final. We just got it at 4:30.
That's what I'm saying.
They had saw what he had, and then they made a couple of them, things they would like to
Okay,
see, and we had him
good.
put that in. So that should all be in there.
Okay. If it isn't, we can I'll provide you a copy of it. That way you can see it, because I'm sure it is. Again, it's all about the money. That's Matt will pay for it. The only thing I'd ask,
Then we can respend.
since I haven't reviewed it all, but whoever did, is there
Well, I think-
lighting and security part of this in this
Is there
bid?
what?
Is there
Lighting.
lighting?
Lighting?
Yes, lighting and security as part of this bid.
No.
Cameras.
What security are you talking about? Cameras?
Yes.
Gates.
Are we still sticking with the same lighting in that whole area?
I think we can do something with that, probably do it on the back end, but I know the camera stuff, the PD could probably have some input to that at another time.
Yeah, 'cause that-
We don't have anything about cameras or none of that. no.
Yeah, because
Just
our
playground
park,
equipment.
one of the best assets we have is this park. Hinton Park's a great, it
Yeah.
gets used 24/7. I mean,
But
it is
camera's
not
smart too, 'cause somebody that's damaging our equipment.
that,
There's some
and when we start
cameras
spending
out
this
there.
much money, I bought and the same thing for lighting, 'cause we have kids that play there at midnight or 2 o'clock, because our park is not closed. It is 24/7. So, and one thing that a lot of people, have asked, they Drew, that there's no light hours. My kids still playing and swinging and doing flips, but
We just have the lights around the track, that's it.
exactly. And that's why if we're gonna have this sort of investment, we should either say we're either gonna curtail access to it, or we're gonna say, if we're gonna do it right and make sure we have lighting that's safe
Yeah.
at all
I think
hours.
if we need a little
If that
extra
makes
money, we
sense.
could probably take it out of fire's budget.
Yeah,
The,
it
Don't-
does not include
First
lights.
thing,
A couple 100,000 amongst friends, what's that, huh? It's for the kids. It's for the kids.
But I haven't looked through the bid. Is it
John's
lighting?
got some hard rules. Lighting is not in there.
Tracks are dust till dawn.
I thought so.
The walking track is normally open for those, that people who work late nights or early mornings, they come in 2, 3 o'clock in the morning.
The dust and dawn, and that's written on the big white, on the big sign?
I break that.
Okay. That's not,
Just break them
Yeah.
all the time.
okay, well, good. Well, still lighting and security is though. But if that we can add, or we can, I don't want to add to the money because it's already a good bill.
Mhm.
But again,
That'd be later.
we,
There are some cameras, I think, out there that, like,
Well, that's what
police
that PD
department
can-
cameras.
yeah, we can, or just,
Some
we
new
just
additions
roll that
they've
into
done.
in the comprehensive plan. Good plan.
And there's still some impressive.
We'll put the record.
And we'll get license plate readers out there for on the kids. So-
And I do want to thank our clerk, Melissa Martin, for not bragging on her idea of a splash pad to rub it in on me. I guess this was some of your stuff too,
Mhm.
huh?
I had to get Kim
Yeah.
on the board to back me.
I think we need to put some-
This is all right.
one of the things we looked at was had some jets, concrete, some jets out there. I think that'd be cool, because man, the splash pad is a hit.
Well, this is about 4 times, or three times.
We could have 2 or 3.
Yeah, we got 3 more flash pads. And thank you, that's what my eyes are open. When I saw
Oh, yeah.
this bid, this is, I'm gonna get in the plastic extrusion business. But, and so at least my final question is the funding for this, the source? I know we set aside 500,000 for it. And we're gonna ask a legal document that we have so we can, partner with you to use your all's money. And I think we're gonna use some from the civic center that we
Yeah,
allocated,
something.
Capital outlay
There.
fund.
There was some money too. I'll just give you, for instance, the PD is pretty good every year. Like, for instance, like I was saying, our budget is projection. So if revenue comes in a little bit better, or they come in a little under budget, when you go in, for instance, these department heads will say, well, hey, in worst case scenario, I may need X. But you go ahead and get it now, because if you do need it, you don't want to have to go to the bank to buy it. These are needs, but at the end of the year, maybe you need a few yet less bullets. Maybe the fire hose lasts a little longer, some of those kind of things. Maybe some personnel didn't hire on as soon as we wanted them to hire on. So you overlap that over a year, you've got hundreds of thousands of dollars in some case. So we try to be good stewards with the money, understanding we don't hate banks. We will need them one day. We've just been really good so far at avoiding them and paying off some of the debt that we do have out there. And this is an instance from that. And we will actually put this on the ledger of our 3%. So we had some money in the bank, we've used it. And the idea as we do better in our 3% money is we can pay ourselves back. So it's fun spending money once. We're trying to get to where we can spend it twice. Once we pay ourselves back, $200,000 this year, we can pave a road, we can fix a parking lot, we can do things of that nature, do some capital outlay stuff. So I think it's just a good use of the money. But yeah, the when things cost is crazy these
Well,
days.
and Tony, just to reiterate, I appreciate it because I think you hit the nail on the button.
Yeah.
That this is actually a result of our 3% vote we did 4 years ago, that we're using 3% money exclusively in the
And
in-state.
it has to be used on.
And so for this, which is, I mean, that's, it's not coming out of police or fire or roads. We're actually, fiscally budgeting conservative on this and using the 3% was designed for it, which people voted for, which is good. And that's why, people, when they complain, hey, don't want to do this, this is what you get. You get results like this. I appreciate you walking me through that.
And
Thank you.
the idea too is somebody says, why do this when you need roads? Why do sidewalks when you got this? Or why don't we have sidewalks when you're doing this? We're really trying to walk and chew gum at the same time. We're doing it. We're trying to get every area. Because if you just wait on one area to get done, it ain't gonna never get done. For instance, we could use $50 million and I could put it in the water and sewer right now. We could stay up here till midnight, we'd have it allocated. It wouldn't even be really that hard, to be honest with you. But that's the scope of the stuff we're dealing with. Now, we wouldn't pay it to you. Anyway, so in the same time, we still want to have a community and have things, we want to have things that make this such a great place to be and live. And you see a lot of that with the school, with the stuff that they're building. Some of the 3% money went into the first major recreation thing that we did in what we always call the annex out there, partnering with the school to do pickleball and tennis, which has been a big hit. But anyway, anything else? Got a motion, got a second, all in favor?
All right.
You were ready. Oh, yeah, I would actually say, ladies, y'all stand up and say hello to everybody.
You can ask them.
I think we really, besides hello, just want to say thank you so much. We're delighted to be able to partner with you and kind of fulfill a dream that we've had for Excel by 5. There will be an art of the park that's for infants and toddlers, and so we are thrilled about that. Appreciate the work that Kim and Melissa and Tony, did you?
I think it was 5 minutes, I think, on one y'all's meeting. I told them one day, they were trying to get the committee together, and I said, my only requirement for the committee is that I'm not on it. So anyway, we had people that were much better than me at this. So Melissa hit a home run on the splash pad, so we turned her loose, and then Kim got a passion for this. And I know Alderman Brickson wanted to make sure you guys were included, so we always want to do that. Communication is the big part of that. So appreciate you guys working and the passion y'all brought for this project.
Yes, very excited. Same thing, echo everything that Nadine said, who I think she's the playground guru that has been worked for years selling ducks, trying to do this, but we're so thankful that, we reached a point where we're thinking the little drops of bucket, it adds up, and it takes a long time, so we're thankful for the partnership, and I wouldn't say partnership, the support of our the city itself to be able to step up and then we be a part of it so that we can have a place that's great for even for the smaller ones.
And y'all know firsthand what it was going to cost when y'all first started to now. It's like 3 times as much.
It is, absolutely.
Crazy. Who's that gentleman that you have with you?
He's off.
They don't see you, but it's actually former, glad to have former Mayor Jack Gay here with us. I remember in my other life, I was in television, and believe it or not, when I would come and cover something and pedal every once in a while, and I always looked up here and saw Jack, and I thought, that guy looks like a mayor. And appreciate the service. Sometimes I wonder about me, but anyway, sometimes I want to call you and tell you to come sit back up here. But anyway, appreciate what you did historically, what y'all done as well.
Yeah. I know a lot of people play a role in that.
Well, before long, I'm gonna have that stick out there, and we'll have them at Walmart or Lowe's, and y'all can get y'all one and start on first.
All these little small paper clips you need.
Oh, yeah, that's what I did. They had a small paper clip in there, and tried to tell them I have a phobia of the small paper clips. So now they're using the giant ones now. Let me ask you this. We're gonna do a pop-up splash pad.
At the
Are you looking at
YMCA.
you're looking at them? At the last. Oh, did you today?
If it ever stops raining, we're gonna do a pop-up splash pad.
Are there any more commissions we need to put these guys on while they're here?
Yeah, y'all can hit a home run now. We're gonna keep using y'all.
You need that done, you know my number.
Thank you so much.
We have done them out here before, but they've got to run their hose a long way. So I just said the best place to do it. The parking is right there for the Y. They've got a hydrant right there. And I think what they do is cool. Of course, it rained and this area filled up with a couple feet of water right out here by the court. And there was kids playing in it. So anyway, having fun. But anyway,
Yes.
thank you. Number 6, a request to adopt an amendment to the employee handbook regarding PERS Tier 5 per city clerk.
Motion.
Is there a second? Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Number 7, request to purchase traffic delineators for Eastbrook Drive in the amount of up to $500 per meter.
Motion.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Number 8, request to rescind order hiring James Hinton III in the Recreation Department.
Motion.
Second. Excuse me.
All in favor?
Aye.
I think in the future, we'll start using some type of a number system in this, since that's a change in the way we're doing that going forward, per one of the conferences we sent Melissa to. Number 9, request to accept quote from CB Developers in the amount of $57,200 for the Cherry Oak Grinder Pump Station replacement per SDW and per Alderman Brixton and Alderman Lott.
Motion. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
There we go. Good to have that. That's been a long term. It's a really like an R2D2 type grinder pump. Not even really a lift station, but it's been a hassle. And it's kind of been one thing after the next. So this should put us in a little bit better position to win over there. Number 10, request to approve permanent certificate of occupancy for property located at 35 Beach Lane, Magnolia Orthodontics per A. Heath. Is there a motion?
Motion.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any questions or?
Well, I'm the one that brought this up, and I appreciate you, Brian, because like I said, you know, there's fence codes and all that, and I think the office next to it was do another fence, and so I appreciate you kind of separating this. The reason I brought this up to the issue is because, like, you know, our code says one thing, and what was built was technically actually was something different. Does it look, you know, but I think there's conditions and that makes sense for sometimes that to occur. I'm more concerned about I'm also concerned with the next building next to it, which is, I have a resident that has a concern, potentially has the same concern. I'm trying to get her to say, is that fence good enough to be placed right in front of you so we don't have to go through the whole thing again? She hasn't reached back out to me to tell me exactly what she wants. Again, so if you look at the fence, you saw the pictures. It's, you know, it's about, you know, our code says the front side should be towards your resident. You know, your inside is your other one. And there's a bunch of reasons for that. Some people, for appearance sake and all that stuff. Carlos Flores did a great job on that fence. I mean, it looks great. Literally, it looks good from both sides. Is one thing. So the reason I brought this up is also, you know, I have other businesses in my ward that have been told to do the other thing in the past, or they've built it per code. And so again, it's just about when we do things, are we consistent?
Mhm.
And again, I think, you know, what I would like to see, hopefully, if my resident, she said she doesn't care, she's fine with either way, because I think it looks better to have continuity on both sides of the street, because, you know, otherwise you got one fence that looks like this, and the other fence looks different. You know, that's part of beautification that we're trying to do for our city. So there's, talking about both sides of my mouth, but there's, you know, I will always side on, you know, initially with the resident, because they are the homeowner. And that's, you know, we bring them forth. And again, we might not always side with them other times, but I'm hoping that next, she'd get back to me soon, so I can just tell the department that they can, you know, continue the same type, so Carlos can build this very similar fence on both sides, if that makes sense. But again, it's a variance because our code says one thing. So this is one of those things like, where do we authorize down to the lowest level to make common sense? I use the word common sense here, literally. I'm being careful when I would use that, but you know, because like I said, otherwise we'll have to have a whole nother agenda item just for the property across the street. If that makes sense. So I just throw that at, if there's a, you know, way where we can empower our departments and for that, because when the residents come back and say that's not right, that's supposed to be this way, this is the code, or this is how many inches it's supposed to be, or, you know, like this, then, you know, first, you know, we can interpret the code, but the code says one thing, and, you know, and we have to approve a variance. You know, it just drives the bureaucracy, if that makes sense, Tony. And that's why I brought this up as a formal, and I think we're having another kind of formal thing that we're adding about a type of shed, which doesn't make, you know, it just, we have to do things by the system and process, and we can apply our common sense up here to what makes sense. I just give that as a background and to waste 2 more minutes of your time.
I was surprised. Beach Lane seems like that would be Highway 42.
That's what.
The address is on the right, as it goes in because, Chris, the house is, and actually they're resorting their mailboxes, because the postman, Chris, was like, hey, he's trying to, I mean, they're holding the mail for one because they got the wrong mailbox. So it's a establishing businesses is sometimes very difficult because there's a lot of bureaucracy, but I'm glad we got people that are fight through to get them to where they need to be. So, and that's why I don't want to try to make more, just, pushing to get them through to the finish line. Because I think we have a
Ribbon
coming
cutting next,
shortly, yeah.
next Monday.
So all that being said,
They're excited.
At
Um,
5:30 p.m.
so that's all I'm saying is that, hopefully we can, if the resident says she has no issues, then I'll throw it back to the mercy of you mayor, to, say, hey, there's no issue with the next one. But she hasn't told me that. That's why I want to.
No, that's fine.
That makes sense.
That's fine.
And not tear this fence down.
Yeah, then we can tell them on the front end.
Yes, sir.
No, that's perfect. It's got a motion, got a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Number 11, request to dispose of one Hustler zero turn mower in the recreation department per Jay Young.
Motion.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
What's wrong with it?
We had one mower's motor was messed up, one's transmission was messed up. We took it to the shop, had both turning to one.
Cannibalized it.
Good
Awesome.
job.
Okay,
It's
sounds
an age.
good. 12, request to set a conditional use hearing date of July 14th, 2026 at 6 PM for property located at 611 East Central.
Motion.
Is there a second? All in favor?
Aye.
Seminars and travel, number 13, request the following to attend hazmat AO training at the Mississippi State Fire Academy, July 6th through the 7th, cost of $320. Caden Hart Hinton, Victoria Riley, Nathan Hessian, and LaQuavius Cotton. Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Number 14, request for the following to attend hazmat Tech 1 training in Pueblo, Colorado. I always wanted to go there. On July 20th through the 31st, total cost $0. David Stafford and Elijah Smith.
Motion.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Number 15, request for Kellen Wright to attend suicide prevention class in Brandon, Mississippi, the 17th through the 18th of June. Total cost $436 plus mileage.
Motion.
Motion second, all in favor?
Aye.
Number 16, request to review ordinance regarding rapid entry key boxes.
Motion.
Motion a second, any discussion? Come on up here, chief. Just
Hey, man, I've got something I want to add. Melissa, do you have that language that I want added to whatever motion this passes on?
Do you want that when we actually adopt the ordinance or when we're reviewing it?
Yeah, I want that just as part of the motion, just somebody read that as part of their motion.
Okay.
And it be in the minutes, just as a factual finding to support the action that they take.
Okay, yeah, I have it. It says, the fire chief presented his recommendation. The board considered the operational and security advantages of a single master key system. The board found that a uniform rapid entry system promotes public safety and firefighter safety. And the board found that Knox is currently the system that best satisfies those objectives.
So if one of you aldermen will amend your motion.
nobody is going to believe any of these aldermen made that motion.
Maybe Kim does.
Kim, you're up. Word for word, just whatever she said.
Make our motion, Rob.
Okay, go ahead, chief.
Right, so
Like it's dead.
this right here is the little system that goes in our fire.
I like that.
It's got the number keypads on it for the employees to actually get a key out. It GPSs that key once they take that out, wherever that fire truck is. So if we do have to open up a business during a call for like fire alarm going off, instead of busting the front doors down and tear property up, this is another access that we have to get into. That was a recommendation from our inspector. For a few businesses that's going in, actually a lot of businesses in Federal already have that.
Is there a reason,
There are keys in this one?
would you guys, does the police force require to have, would that make sense for our police department to have access to that same key? I'm looking straight at my guy. I mean, I know you got big sticks and guns, but not very many windows, but is that, Have you, in your fire, for all your research, is there any sort of coordination between fire departments, police departments, cities that have this system?
So, most of the time at the fire department's on scene, that's being used.
Okay. Through you. Yeah. You guys are all. so you're hand in hand.
A lot of departments are using this, air stuff for active shooters, stuff like that. In the code book, it's required for certain businesses to have a Knox box system. So that's what we're trying to do is get people to say, hey, ours is going to be Knox because there's another system out there, but it does not use GPS and it has safety features that this is.
Yeah. So that's why the lawyer talk was about single source.
Correct.
Okay. And so would every truck, like I said, you have like the not the fire trucks, but what about like the chief's vehicle? Would that have a box in there too?
Will not.
Only the actual big platform vehicles.
Correct.
And the
Now, we'll
high-rise
have the
vehicle.
code to get the key out. Now, we can't actually put a key in there until we plug it up to power and program it to put a code in it so we can get the key back out.
Yeah. Now, and this is part of our, when we approved the new IBCs, and forgive me for not reading that into that. I didn't realize that was going to drive this option. It sounded like the paperwork, this is a requirement.
Under
Or recommendation.
506 is to have a rapid
Yeah.
entry.
So there's a requirement based on the new code that we need to approve.
Yeah, I think it was in the previous code as well.
2018, so.
It's been in there for a while.
So we're just now looking at the, and I realize I'm always deliberately looking at the cost of businesses and, doing business, and there's safety involved and all that stuff. So when you said these would be on some buildings, what, like, use our footprint right now, what buildings would they require in
So
our city?
it's supposed to go on most all new businesses.
Okay.
So you can get in there, but it's mandatory for businesses that do have elevators, second stories, that type of stuff.
So narrows it down. We only have, yeah.
So, but like I said, a lot of our restaurants already have that. A lot of the churches has got that.
That.
Correct. It doesn't look like, that's what goes in our truck. The Knox box is only about that big.
Okay. And it's because that would be, and the cost is incurred on the business to pay for it.
It only
And what's the
costs
cost?
$200, $300 for the little box.
And that's just, is that an annual cost or one time
So
pay?
One time fee for the box.
So now you've got a fee for us now.
We already
Right.
bought it.
How many do you have?
I think it's six.
Oh, that's right. We voted on that.
Yeah, we've already bought those.
How many do you have? We're only gonna grow by 6 business. Lindsay.
No.
That's for the fire trucks.
Oh, you just have them in the truck. That's in the truck. You hit the code
This
and
is how.
it's like a garage opener.
Right, so you punch your individual, every single person will have an individual code. You punch your code in.
So I know you got the key. You got the key.
So they know who to open it in case of break-in, like, oh, this guy. took the
Will
key.
Lewis
No.
took the key out at this time and this date for 37 minutes and then reinsert the key.
To enter the facility for a smoke or if there's a hazard. We're
So if anything ever came up, they say, well, Will took the key out of this and this.
So what's in the business's box that they have?
Their key to their business.
Key or the alarm panel reset code.
That opens their box,
Correct.
their box.
Okay, we know we're saying Hattiesburg does it. Who else does this?
Bay St. Louis does it, Oxford does it, Starkville does it, Jackson does it. Pretty much every city that's incorporated has Knox box system.
Not every incorporated city.
So what it looks like for the business owner. is
You saying like
they get a
Ellisville?
call to your address.
Yeah.
In the
I
middle
think
of the night.
Ellisville does.
Right
Laurel?
now, we wait for you to
I'd
show
say
up.
Laurel.
So
Laurel's
if you're
bigger
an hour away, we sit there and wait.
So the alarm's going off.
And it's not like smoke pouring out of the building. We sit there and wait for you to come in so we don't have to damage your door. So if there was a fire condition or a flood or whatever going on in there, that would continue to grow until we see it. So now with this, we can go in and say, hey,
So it's almost insurance. I mean, it helps, insurance method because it, potentially prevents damages or
because if we have to open your door by force,
you're going through it.
the door is broken.
And if it's a police action, something you see someone, direct, you're entering regardless of location.
They have lost life going on.
Yeah, right. And if it's on fire, we're
good.
This is more like unknown alarm or something like that. We can get your business without breaking down the door.
Yeah, I think part of just notifying the businesses of, now let's say I'm Joe Snow and I have an elevator building and nope, not gonna do it. what happens to me?
That goes through the inspections department and
Which is us again. So what does the city do to you guys?
The only one I can think of would be, Bank First, huh?
Churches, a lot of your churches.
Oh, yeah, we just got one.
Hold the meter.
So Harvey's about.
even the First Baptist Church has got them out.
So there's, but it would be like a fee or I mean, we have a process.
Let me
You
ask,
can have a ticket if they're not.
let me ask you this, so First Baptist has one, you say. Do y'all have one of those to open it up, or is it just one of those little funny looking rocks that you look under?
The key part,
Yeah, how does they work? If they've already got one, are we in, are they on our?
we've got a spare key. Like I said, we've not put those into the truck yet. That's in the process of having all that stuff.
Did they have the equipment already? So they were ready to roll, huh?
Correct.
So there we go.
To answer your question though, we're allowed to spend money to bring a property up to code. And it goes against the property, it's a tax lien.
I don't know about that.
Oh.
Where it comes in from now.
Let's have a serious talk before we start talking about
Yeah, well, I think we were just going to take this under advisement as opposed to tabling it, and it'll surface back up again and give us time.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
We don't gotta get,
Review.
we don't gotta get this done in 5 minutes, but
Thanks for providing, I mean, it sounds like that's the future. It's a matter of.
if we dally too long, chief will
So
be
y'all
mad
can
at
read
us.
it and call the fire department with any questions you have until.
See, my
y'all are
father-in-law,
satisfied you're ready to-
my father-in-law said the firemen got in there every year with the International Building Code people and just add more code on to everything, so. Here we go. But anyway, yeah, we'll have a different, and that'll give Rocky a chance to look at it as well, to make sure the reading of the stuff we were done, because I don't know that it says commercial on there. I didn't see it. So anyway, we can look at that a little deeper. We've got some time. So anyway, I would say we take that, you wanted to
You're just
vote?
gonna
30 days.
start a review period, and whenever y'all are ready to make a decision, I'll put it back on the agenda to adopt the ordinance. You can either say
That
yes
sounds
or
like that's
no.
gonna be old business.
No, it's not old business.
Okay.
It's just
Okay.
like the building codes we
There a
did.
motion for,
We kept the building codes on old business. Did we? Review?
Not review.
Okay, I'm sorry. Shut up.
but I assume we could do the same thing if we didn't want to do it. We have that option as well. That's like sprinklers under the. Apparently your husband's watching the meeting.
Probably
He
wondering
said,
when
what y'all reviewing?
All in favor?
Anyway, yeah, all in favor? Motion, who made the motion in the second? Hey, 30 days?
Willie and Mike.
Whatever the
I mean,
second meeting in July is. All in favor?
Aye.
All righty. Number 17, request to adopt order promoting Jesse Jackson to second-class patrol at a rate of $46,000, $183.80 annually effective June 24th per Chief Hyatt. Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Mayor's report, we've got MML coming up. So did anybody graduate this time?
That's like,
I didn't see you on the list.
Why am I not on the list?
You better check.
Okay.
I don't want to go over the graduation if you're not graduating. Anyway. I think
We needed like 3 points last time to graduate.
we got to turn your paperwork in. So anyway,
I don't know if I saw anybody. Are you on? Are you on
I
it?
mean, if I hadn't turned in paperwork, then no, I'm not.
Steve says he graduates Thursday.
He does.
Oh, really?
Again?
Well, I guess we got to go down there and sit to his
Got a
graduation.
supervisor classes done, huh?
If you
Yeah,
can
I'm a
send
supervisor class is doing.
it. Dang.
You did those a little quicker than you did.
3 years. They got a pretty low bar. I think they got a pretty low bar.
Right. They need to bring him out. He got too much time.
Terrible. Anyway, that's really all I have in the mayor's report. I'm sure Lindsay wants to add something. I hung out with Jacob and the bird dog, Jacob Arnold and the bird dog.
Yeah, I've just been planning Star Spangled Celebration in my office like this, just head down. It's on July 2nd. It's gonna be so great. We've added a lot of new chamber members since the summer began. I don't love doing ribbon cuttings in the summer. they don't really have a great turnout. There is a ribbon cutting Monday, the 22nd. I'll be there. I'm encouraging you all to come. I know it's at 9. The ADP is actually gonna be doing that ribbon cutting. So we didn't pick that date, but we're gonna make it a priority to be there. And then after the summer's over, all of these memberships that have been rolling in over the last probably like 8 weeks, those ribbon cuttings will be popping up like dominoes. So just kind of keep that on your radar. But in the meantime, Star Spangled Celebration, and then I'm going on vacation. So,
We vote on
nothing
that.
me.
Where you going?
We gonna vote?
I'm going to the World Series in Gulf Shores. Sounds very wonderful.
Vacation.
They're extending our stay. They're really into vacation.
Maybe some of us could go down there and make sure your spot on the beach is secure whenever you do get to come out there.
It'll be like that before I make it.
Uh,
Anyway, do you have any questions for me?
Good job, Coach Lindsay.
Thanks. I'm also coaching AP All-Stars, so.
Get with Clearwater and with Josh to make the road good. Parking, we're ready for parking over there with Mr. Power.
I have a list from Sammy Barr about ants and tower boxes and stuff like that. We'll be
Ants, boxes, and grade
Can't
the
get
road.
ants too far out with all this rain, or it'll just be right back
Grade the
to where
road.
it's started.
We
2
need
weeks,
to-
it
need to
seems like
chip
it's
seal
here,
that
but
road
2
one
weeks is
day.
a long time for rain, for ants.
Lucy, did we add a date to add to the? What you just sent us, the agenda?
The hearing date, we did that. For 611 East Central.
Oh, I'm looking at the wrong.
Awesome. Now we're to do 17 items.
We started 15 minutes late.
Y'all are getting paid by the.
Yeah, we started.
Paid y'all by the hour now. We start paying y'all more. Anyway, anything else? Any additions? Anybody? Anything else? All righty. If we don't have anything else, say a motion to adjourn.
Motion. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.